and I need help boosting my metabolism. What can I do? I hear this question a lot. If there was a magic bullet for obesity, I would definitely tell you about it. But I always try to look at the root cause of why someone is obese. What I've determined over the years is, regardless if you're obese, you have diabetes, you have heart disease, you have cancer, you have whatever condition you're suffering from, it all stems back to the gut. It all goes back to, do you have a clean intestinal tract? Do you have a clean liver? As a matter of fact, years ago, I wrote a book called The 10 Super Secrets to Weight Loss and Obesity. And one of the things that we found was when the liver becomes congested and the liver becomes fatty and you have liver flukes and everything else in there, it alters your metabolism. Another thing that I've found is iodine deficiency alters your metabolism. Another thing is stress alters your metabolism. So when you address all of these different issues, and how we worked with people that were obese or that people that lost their energy or people that wanted to increase their metabolism, is we would start with an intestinal cleanse. Once we clean out their intestines and repopulate their intestines with the good probiotics, then we would move on to liver cleansing. And what we found was 3 liver cleanses for anybody who is suffering from weight gain, because the liver has a hard time breaking down the fats. So once you went through 3 liver cleanses and then moved on to a harmful organism cleanse, which now we're actually going to separate the harmful organism cleanse from parasites and then do a separate one probably for yeast, fungus, and mold, because we're finding that practically every single condition out there, obesity too, people have overgrowths. They have overgrowths of mold. They have overgrowths of fungus. It's all basically classified as under the same categories, mold, fungus, and yeast. If you are obese and your metabolism is slow, chances are that you might have one or many of the over 80 species of Candida now that they've identified. We're dealing with many pleomorphic organisms and funguses and molds and yeast that can actually change from a bacteria to a fungus, to a fungus to a bacteria. Dr. Royal Raymond Rife, when he had his super microscope back in the early 1900s, actually proved that organisms can change from one species to another. It's called pleomorphism. So, on the subject of boosting your metabolism and obesity, going back to the basics of changing your diet, eating good, healthy, organic foods, and another thing that I really love for people that are obese or want to boost their metabolism to do is intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting works great to kind of reset your adrenals, reset your metabolism, and lose some of that excess weight. Now that's why the ketogenic diet is so popular. I haven't found a solution really for a ketogenic vegan or vegetarian diet. There's ways to do that, and there's different supplements that you can take as well, but that's another subject for another time. So really looking at the cause of your obesity, cleansing your body, repairing your intestinal lining, getting the liver cleansed, focusing on removing all the harmful organisms from your body, and then possibly moving on to a chemical toxic metal cleanse, getting that out of your system, changing your diet, changing your environment, becoming healthier, increasing your exercise, intermittent fasting, as well as maybe even doing some water-only fasting. For those of you that haven't seen my 18-day water-only fast mini documentary, it's on YouTube. You can type in Dr. Group water-only fasting, and you can pull that up. But you don't really need to do, and most people don't really need to do, water-only fasting. I mean, juice fasting works great. I mean, you won't get that autophagy and that stem cell production as much as you would with water-only fasting. But for the most part, juice-only fasting is very good to detoxify and help repair and help cleanse your body.